the last one. This is the last treat. What's up, Mr. Mayhem? Just chilling at the crib. Just trying to wind down from the day. And it's been a hell of a day. Let me just get this other phone going. All right. See if it's going to be kind of a quiet day. I came in from Kansas. I had a load coming out of Champaign, Illinois to Denver, Colorado. This was not supposed to be my home time load, but if you were out there on I-70 this morning in Kansas, you knew why. I just said, forget it, I'm going home. That was a rough ride. But anyway, stepped in the house. My son bought me a little smoke wagon bourbon coming in at 50.19% alcohol. So let's say 100 proof on that. 7-year bottle. We're about to go ahead and taste it. Well, here's my thing, John. I was supposed to come home on the 6th, right? I was supposed to come home on the 6th. I'm thinking okay, so they run me to Denver. Now, I wouldn't have been able to pick up a load today, so I'd have been picking it up tomorrow. So that would have given me, let's say, 6 days to get back to Denver. The only loads that would, in my mind, I would have been able to take to get me back to Denver in that amount of time is going out to Utah. Anything that leaves going west, there's not as short as or as, what am I trying to say? To get me back, any loads coming back west. Anyway, I just didn't see it happening. So anyway, let's just get into this. I've been waiting for this. Nice little taste. Still not as good as that Penelope I had last time, but we'll see how it ages on me once it opens up a little bit. All right, so chilling at the crib. Didn't you just go back out? Man, I came back out on like the 4th of last month. Myth Leather Company, what's going on? This glare over here. Let me scoot over here, see if this is any better. All right, so anyway, they asked me when I planned on coming back out on the road. I told them the 22nd, but I'm not even sure if it's going to be then. I might wait it out a little bit longer. So that is it. Coming across 70 this morning. 2 FedEx trucks jackknife, 1 double, 1 triple. There's another truck that jackknifed eastbound, so the opposite direction, taking up all the lanes. All right, Wes, I enjoy your videos and your lives, but I don't get behind sometimes. I know that you have, of course, spoken to this many times, but do you have a mind giving your quick refresher? But do you mind giving a quick refresher your other trucks? I don't have any other trucks anymore. I sold the one and gave 2 back. My only So I'm not able to give any advice on that, and any advice I would give would be to the contrary of having them. Frankie. Cool if I smoke a cigar, got one with your name. Yeah, go ahead and knock that one out. Come here, Frankie. Get up. Or do you want to go to bed? Do you want to come up here? Frankie. Come on. So anyway, all right. Yeah, long story short, Wes, what I said was, man, now I got to take my dog out. So we got to go outside right quick. So what happened was I just came to the realization that, God damn, hold on. I came to the realization that it just was not worth it to have all that damn stress and lack of control more than anything. It's gonna get real dark here. You ready? Go. Now I gotta go outside with this dog because there's too many wild animals around here. And my dog's little. Go pee. Go pee. People have been asking me to get on this smoker over here. All right, now this dog is pissing me off. Now she's just fucking around. Get rid of this. All right. I guess she doesn't want to go pee. She's just fucking around. So anyway, these smokers, well, fuck it, it's too dark to be messing with this. Get inside. Come on. I'm gonna give her her treat. Take her to bed. Sorry about this. All right, I'll be back. Damn. All right, sorry about that. All right, let me catch up. Tyree, yeah, I definitely came home. I found the opportunity and I took it. I'm going to tell you, there was no way driving into Denver this morning was so stressful with all that ice out there on 70 that I just said, you know what? I'm here. I don't see a way for me to go out or pick up a load, go out and make it back to Denver by the 6th. So I just decided to send a message to dispatch, make this my home time load. Roger, any advice on local jobs? Man, there's a bunch of good local jobs if you want to put in that work. If you want to go to Cisco, well, see, I don't new drivers. It's kind of hard to get. But if you want to put in that work and empty them trucks, you know, there's Cisco, there's McLean. I don't really keep up with local jobs though. Trucking life, my Filipino wife. Have you ever thought about taking the dog with you? No, absolutely not. There is no way I would take a dog on the road with me, and that's just because if something was to happen, like if my dog got sick, that load's not going to make it where it needs to go on time. So I'm doing myself and Prime a favor because I'm not going to have a sick dog and worry about getting a load there and dealing with the dog after the fact. That dog's going to get handled before the load. You know, plus my dog's not a road dog, so she's not about that life. Definitely understand, Lyle. I could always sense that you perhaps had a decent amount of stress with that mini fleet. Don't blame you one bit. The problem is this. The stress was the unknown. You don't know the loads your drivers are going to get. You don't know how they're going to run those loads. You don't know what the trucks are going to do. Like you have zero, like having a mini fleet makes you as much of a business owner as being a lease purchase driver. Like essentially all you're doing is providing equipment. You know, so you're not really a like what more often than not, somebody that fails or is successful on that is really like there's nothing. How can I explain it? Like you're just in control of nothing. Basically, you're providing the equipment and letting somebody run, and that's it. You have no input on anything, maybe very little. It's just a business model that I just don't. It doesn't fall in with what I want at this time in my life. It's like low stress. You know what I mean? If I was younger and wanted to ride it out, you know, I was right at the verge of being able to fucking make it. You know, I would have been running half the trucks paid off, half of them being paid, one being paid off the next year and one being paid off the year after that. But at some point, I just had to ask myself, how much fucking money do I need? And is the money worth the stress? So there's certain things once you start getting older that I would never even thought about it. Like right now, if I'm going to take a plane flight somewhere, I'm not even thinking about taking no coach. You know what I'm saying? That's not even in the plan. When I just got this Uber coming home today, I wasn't thinking about just getting the cheap ass Uber. It was going to be the big ass, you know, XL, whatever it is. So those little things, you know, the comfort, the low stress, all that kind of stuff. And I'm looking at it now. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to boom, you know, do what I was doing the whole time when I had my other truck paid off. The truck I'm driving now should bring about $4,000 this week, maybe a little more, maybe a little bit less. But when I had a fleet, that $4,000 was going to go to somebody was on home time, somebody needed tires, um, somebody just had a bad week because of, dispatch or whatever the situation was. So I was always having to offset shit. Now it's just like no stress whatsoever. I mean, there's stress like this morning type of stress. But if I was when I had the other trucks out there, I'm not only stressed out about my driving conditions, I'm stressed out about their driving conditions. You know what I mean? So I'm like in fucked up weather and I'm worried about what kind of shit what kind of weather these other guys are in. So, all right, did you know there will come a time that we will buy something from the supermarket with a longer expiration date than we have? Absolutely. I do know that. Once you get into your mid 50s, your mortality is at the forefront of your mind. Yeah, if I see that spammer, I'm trying to get through the comments. What's up, TTB? D Trucking? Does FM get pissed off if you take home time without notice like that? Not really. My fleet manager's taking 3 weeks off because he's having a kid himself. So, I'm not saying I son my fleet manager. I'm not gonna be like, sonning him like, hey son. But, I don't know. I wouldn't be worried about it. I put in my work. If he was to complain about me coming home, and he's not like this, but I'm saying if he did, the first thing I would say was nobody was complaining when I was out 5 months straight last year. So, what's good, bro? What's up, Mike? Trucking. All right. I guess you deleted that. Can you listen to my music? If it's new music, I probably wouldn't be interested. I'm old school. Old school. So, like I said, as far as this winter goes, all I'm trying to do is make it through the winter. Now, certainly I've been having some good checks, but that's not the point. All I want to do is just get through the winter. We'll run it up in the summer. All right, Mini Slim. Hey, my email is nohippiebbq@gmail.com. Go ahead and send the music over. I'll listen to it. All right. All right, Charles. I'm not sure. Anyway. Al Green, absolutely. Lenny Williams, all that. Man, listen, I'm 56. I grew up high school years in the 80s, all that kind of shit. The best music ever came out between like 86 to like 96 or somewhere in there. You had the grunge movement. You had like the Cover Girls, Expose, Stevie B, all that kind of stuff. You had the emergence of rap and everything. You still had classical music kind of lingering on a little bit. Shit, even hair metal shit. I got down with all that too. So anyway, anything from that era, I'm pretty much about it. What's good from Sac? What's up? 80s music because everyone was coked out. Good time, I'm telling you. So, anyway, my wife's Jesus Christ. There's a guy I was in the Marines with, right? First of all, I hate Messenger. Like Facebook Messenger, the only reason I have that shit is for my wife to talk and shit like that. I got this guy I was in the Marines with, and he sends me the most random shit ever. Like almost like 4 times a day. And he's like an older dude. Like he's probably like, shit, if I'm 56, he's gotta be 70, something like that. And just the most random shit. And it's like constant. And he doesn't take a hint. I tell him, hey, the only reason I have this is to talk to my wife or whatever. And it just keeps coming, never ends. And he just sent 2 things now. So, what do I have planned this time I'm out here? I got to go handle the title on the truck. Got to go search for some. Got to do a little bourbon hunting. My son got me the Boom Smoke Wagon bourbon. Pretty good selection. I need to go do a little bourbon hunting myself. Apparently, I need to get the exhaust on my truck. Like, there's a clip or something that it needs to get attached to it because my exhaust tips are hanging down. I'm about done with that truck anyway. Might buy a car while I'm out here. Might get on one of the smokers while I'm out here. Got to take my daughter out on a father-daughter lunch, dinner, something like that. That's it. And relax. Take my wife out a few times. All right. I don't speak French, and I don't think many people in here do. So, I did a video a couple videos ago talking about the Prime Ink lease, stuff like that. No, I probably won't be doing no aged meat, but I will tell you, I do like cooking like a wet aged brisket, but I'm not going to be home long enough to wet age it. So anyway, Cash is King was doing a live and, talking about these lease programs, shit like that. And I told, somebody said Lyle just paid off his truck or whatever. And the guy was trying to clown me. How does it feel to pay $250,000 for a truck that Prime only paid $25,000 for? Here he is sending some more shit. So I said I paid $167 for it. You don't have to lie. I work for Prime too. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck do I need to do to like prove this shit other than I sent Cash is King screenshots of the important parts of the lease. So at least he knows what I'm talking about. I'm not going to send that shit to everybody. But probably if I do, can you really only have fixed costs of $300 a week with a paid off truck, or did I hear bullshit? No, that's what it is. I think it's actually less. As a matter of fact, hold on a second. Let me look it up. It depends on what your insurance is now. My insurance. Let me see. Oh, January 30th. That's today. We already got our settlement. So we'll see this together. Let me just scroll to the bottom real quick. Oh, you know what? This isn't. All right, let me see. This isn't that settlement. What the fuck is this? Yeah, I don't know what this is. This is not a settlement. Okay, this is something else. All right, let me just look at last week's and we could talk about this fixed cost. So what is this shit I'm looking at? I know I haven't drank that much yet, so hold on. All right, so total fixed cost $223.34. Now, I think it may be $100 more than this because I think that there was a week that they undercharged me, but it's definitely under $350 a week fixed cost on that. And I'm about to lower my insurance on it too because there's no reason to cover all that insurance on it. It's still being insured for $167,000. All right, so anyway, all right. So yeah, fixed costs are in that area. All right, Jamie. Hey guys, I wanted to let you know that God loves you and wants a relationship with you. Have an amazing day. All right. Appreciate it. Captain Trucker, what's going on? Came home a week early. I came across 70 this morning. Now it's sunny. It's like sunny and 60 in Denver, like by 4 p.m. 3 p.m. But coming across 70, that shit was straight ice. And even super truckers were out there, like normally you'll have people like trying to drive by all fast and everything. I think 4 jackknives out there was enough whistling through the graveyard that anybody wanted to see. So everybody was pretty much just 30 miles an hour. Every now and then you might have somebody blowing by, but hold on a second. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. All right, going through Idaho tomorrow to head down to Mississippi. Hey, I hear that the weather's supposed to be good. At least, I don't know about the Northwest, but I know Denver's supposed to have good weather, and I'm assuming that means St. Louis and all them are supposed to be having some good weather too. So, no, I didn't throw no iron. It wasn't like that. Those hills are just gradual grades, but the problem was there was somebody that was like super scared driving out there. So he would start going real, or she, whoever it was, would start going real slow up some of these hills. So I did start losing some traction on some of them hills. Not enough for me to want to just throw on the axle lock or anything like that, but it was a little concerning. And even close to Denver, they had if you're familiar with coming into Denver from the east, you got that Love's just right there, exit 304, Bennett, Colorado. They had it closed off like a couple miles um, west of that. Now, luckily, I got there early. I was going to shut down at that Love's to get a split because I was actually thinking about like staying out. And then once I got there, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Why? Captain Trucker, he's out there living that Filipino life. I was in the Philippines in 1988. All right, I might come back in March trying to avoid the snow as much as possible. Absolutely. That's why I wanted to come home on the 6th, because I was going to stay home from the 6th to the 29th. And, or not 29th, 20, I was going to come out in March. Let's see why my son picked this bourbon. I think it's a good selection. Can you tell me why you decided to go with the Smoke Wagon?
I always see the bottle every time I go to find you an option. But it was a good bottle for a good price. So
How much did it cost?
It was about $79.99. Normally go for $9.99.
Okay, it's a nice 7-year bottle.
Mm-hmm.
The proof might be a little light on it.
A little light?
But I mean, it still hits the 100.
Yeah.
It's 50% alcohol, so.
That was 120.
Where'd you see 120? Where would you even think that was 120?
Oh,
it says 50.7.
Oh.
Or 50.17 or something.
I grabbed the wrong bottle
then. I mean, it's fine. I'm just saying.
There was another one there. I grabbed the wrong one then.
Anyway, that's what we do. So I leave out, come back home, tell my son when I'm coming back, and he got to get me a bottle of bourbon. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Montana's going to be getting some bad weather today and tomorrow. That is another area I don't really like messing with in the winter. Now, the difference between Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, all that in the winter is the most dangerous thing about driving in the winter isn't the winter. It's the other trucks. And there's less trucks out there. So if there's equally bad weather and I can take 80 or 90, I'm taking 90. If it's equally bad. I'd probably rather have an iron wiener. Captain Trucker, I'm going to tell you, last winter wore me out. This winter, I've kind of been a little lucky, but in terms of snow, I haven't escaped that, like, below zero shit. But make sure everybody watches, everybody that works at Prime that's watching this watches the safety meeting tomorrow morning. Now, listen. Oh, I don't have the app on this thing. If you're going to be making yourself a presence on YouTube, you got to come correct. You know what I'm saying? Because no targets on your back. If you're going to be talking about the whole camera system and all that, nobody could fuck with me on that. I'm like top 10, 15% on that. Got to bring, the money in. Fine there. So I just think that I don't necessarily like this camera, but I do realize that if I'm doing shit like this, I got to bring my game when it comes to that. And I do hate that shit. to answer that question. All right, that below zero and Captain Trucker, seriously, do not do this shit. Love you, but don't like do no super chats and all that shit. Serious. But you are the man. Love you. Below zero in Evanston. The last time I was in Evanston. No, it wasn't the last time. One of the last times I was in Evanston was when I was dumb enough to deadhead across Wyoming in the wintertime. I don't even know what made me do that. I think I was coming off of home time and I was just like, you know what? Let me do it. And I was empty going across 40 or 80. That was the dumbest shit I've done. He's talking about Evanston, Wyoming. You know, one of the surprises about being a truck driver is you come home and there's always new shit. So, I don't know what this fucking... Well, you can't see it on here. Some lamp. Supposed to be like some old Edison fucking shit or something. Maybe if I turn it that way, you'll be able to see it more. There's one over there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but... I run dedicated sack to Chicago and back. That temp is flat out depressing. Winter's just depressing to me in general. Yeah, I mean...
How do you think it is to work outside?
Listen, my son's over here talking shit. Hold on.
I'm not talking shit. I just work outside in construction, so I can relate.
Can you... If you don't do anything stupid, can you really die out there doing the shit you're doing?
Hell yeah, we can die. Okay, sorry. Sorry, you said stupid. Yeah, no, not really. Had a foreman today almost get fucking fired by the general foreman because he didn't strap a load down. Some big old spools of 500 wire we're pulling on metal racks. They didn't strap it down properly. They hit a corner and the whole thing almost came off. And the general foreman saw him as he was hitting that corner. He's lucky.
So let me... Wait, we're going to ask this question in front of everybody.
Yes.
So my son's like becoming an electrician, right? Would you say that it's faster to become a doctor or an electrician?
Depends on what you're trying to get as a spark week, but depends on how the process.
Just to do the regular shit. You've been doing this shit so long, they're gonna hand you your...
Yes, they're doing it. They're actually changing it to a 4-year program because when I signed up for it, they're doing a 5-year program.
So when are you gonna be done and you're actually doing what you're gonna do?
Well, actually, we finished our last day of online classes last night.
So when are you gonna start making more money? Like you're making good money, and your mom's been holding off on that rent for a while.
I got schedule my state. I gotta go get my transcripts and apply to Dora for my state license exam.
Okay, I know you've been going out with these women and shit.
Yeah,
but you might want to start stacking some money aside because your mom's been like, you know, I'm just a softie. I don't want to raise the rent. And I'm like, well, I'm not, you know, so you might want to.
You say this, but I haven't seen you charge Taylor at all.
Hey, listen.
That's before.
Listen.
You had a grant.
Exactly. You know what? You can't treat your kids the same.
I know.
It's that simple. So, hey, fortunately, you're doing good enough to where I can check your ass on some shit where I gotta bail her out on something. So, and there's a good lesson right there. Businesses like Prime or Swift or whatever can't treat everybody the same. I can't treat my son the same as I treat my daughter. So, yeah, when I check your ass for that increase in rent, the reason that I do it is because you can handle it and your sister can't. So there you go.
Yeah, I worry about her sometimes.
So when you start treating everybody the same, there's a problem right there.
Yeah. Can't treat my bosses the same. I got little ones and I got big ones.
Actually, let me plug this in right quick. Hold on. Jesus Christ, this guy, listen, I have not seen this dude since, now, trust me, I'm friends with a lot of my people I was in the Marines with. I have not seen this dude since 1991. Like, we came home from the Gulf War. I think I got off, did whatever, and I haven't seen him since like 91. This dude has texted me like 5 times today. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do. I don't fuck around with Messenger like that. As a matter of fact, Mason, I don't fuck around with Messenger like that. If you want to send me something, text it to me. Seriously, because I don't check that shit.
I don't expect you to check it.
As a matter of fact, I'm about to shut it down. The only reason I keep it on there is for your mom and Iris and all that. But anyway, the guy that's texting me, this is like the funniest shit, right? So he was a boxer in the Marines. Like, he was a good ass boxer, right? And anyway, we were in Bridgeport, California doing cold weather training and all this shit. And I don't even know how the topic came up, but everybody's talking, and I don't know how drugs came up, but he was talking about it because he was married to this Indian woman, and I mean Indian like from the reservation, all that shit. So I don't know. I can't remember how the conversation came up, but he was talking about, yeah, my wife is losing some weight. And he talked slow, like he talked like he had been hit in the head like a bunch of times. He's like, yeah, my wife's been losing all kinds of weight and everything, and she's been taking that meth, and I don't know anything about that, but I said if you don't get your ass in the gym, all you're gonna do is go from a big blob to a skinny blob. He said this shit in probably like 1990. I still remember this shit like, well, I guess I don't remember that good, but I do remember what he said. That was hilarious. Actually, you know what? That was before we went. You know what? That was when Mike Tyson beat up Spinks. So I don't remember what the date was on that, but that was around that period of time. Yeah, Android can't help you with that one. So I guess I wasn't too prepared for this live, to be honest with you. The lighting's all shitty. Don't really have much to say. I'm just happy to be home. I guess I'll know how much all this shit costs tomorrow. So, anyway, sorry, I send everyone I watch one of those. I know you don't ask for it. Yeah, don't do that, man, because then I don't even want anybody to think that that's what this is about. Yeah, I might have to get this car a little bit sooner than I wanted. Now, if I'd have known this, I might have stayed out. So we're supposed to be having some windows installed, and I did not want to be here for that. What kind of car? You know what? I'm probably looking at two cars. So I got a Dodge Ram. I got somebody who wants to buy it. I'm just not sure if I want to sell it. Now, right now, there's a bracket that fell off of the tailpipe thing. I need to get that fixed or whatever, but I have somebody who wants to buy it. And I'm not sure I want to sell it. That truck is just, it's a beast, but it could be something stupid and little like that that ends up taking it out. But I was thinking about like a BMW X5 or something, or not X5, a BMW 520 or 5 Series 4-wheel drive car, something like that. Get my wife in that, and then maybe circle around, and we're talking about used ones. I do not throw payment. I don't keep payments on shit. Now I might do it if the rates are good enough, and then float the balance or something like that. But no credit, debt, anything like that. So, you know, some BMW like a X6 or something like that, or a 5 Series car, maybe a 3 for her. But we're talking about, you know, cash shit like 12, 15 grand, nothing serious, you know, 90 to 100, you know, whatever thousand miles. See, the problem with having a truck around the house is having a truck around the house. I don't live in one of those places where you could just have whatever you want just sitting out front. So that would be the motivation for that. A Hellcat. That's the last fucking thing I need. Why would I go get some shit to triple the chances of me getting fucking carjacked and have some shit? No, no way. That's not even like. I would not get one if it was damn near. If you could give me one and it was like, if you said, Lyle, we're gonna give you this Hellcat. You can't sell it. You gotta keep it. You couldn't like there's under no circumstances I would want that car. Especially in like even in Florida, but especially in Colorado. What am I gonna do with a rear wheel drive car in Colorado? Some people know that YouTube takes 30%. Well, it's not even the 30%. It's just the fact that I just don't need anybody to. I just don't want anybody to feel like that they need to do that. You know what I mean? See, to me, at 50 something years old, and this is different than younger. I was different. Things were different when I was younger. And there was the old saying, if I acted the same at 56 as I did at 26, then I'm a failure. So at 26, you couldn't do anything better than giving me a Hellcat. But at 56, you start looking at things and start, you know, weighing what's important, what's not. Like at 26, if I really look back at the shit I did when I was 26, did I really buy half the shit I bought because I wanted it? Or what was it because it was to impress another motherfucker? And to be honest with you, it was always that. Like, how much fun can you like? I was buying cars like I was in the car business back then. I I had a Mustang that, if anybody remembers the old Saline Mustangs, let me see if I can find one that looks like the Mustang that I had. And I didn't have that shit. It wasn't practical. It was the dumbest shit I could have done. And it wasn't because I bought that just to flex. And it was a dumb decision. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. And when you get older, you're just like, you know what? You really start realizing that. Anyway, so you know what's a flex these days is no credit card debt, no fucking car payments, you know, and I can go on. That's the flex. Standing in a video, showing off your money like young people do, like they got stacks of money. Like if you got real money, you can't even hold that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't have the money in your hand if you really got some money. Yeah, I can't really find a picture of anything that looks close to what I had. Anyway, you old school people that were around in the 90s, think about a 1997 Mustang with the ground effects kit on it. Instead of having the pipes going to the rear, you had like the side pipes that came out the side of the car. Anyway, that was kind of what I had. And trust me, the worst, I had that, and then I had to buy this raggedy ass $400 Subaru four-wheel drive to get me around in the wintertime because the Mustang wasn't going nowhere. So 50% of the time I couldn't go out in the car that I wanted to go out in. And then I was going out in the raggedy, Subaru. Anyway, enough about that. All right. Let's see. Forerunners are nice. I think they're a little, they're asking a little bit more money than I'm willing to spend on a Forerunner. Plus, the seating style is a little bit uncomfortable. Audi Quattro rotting away in the parking lot somewhere. I had a 2003 430 BMW that I just gave away that was sitting in my garage forever. And it was going to take me more money than it was worth to get it back going. But a mechanic bought it because sweat labor on it. The car looked brand new on the inside. So I hear you about that. What type of windows you guys installing? We got Anderson's a few years ago. I don't know. My wife handled that. If I remember correct, the company that I used to do loans for back in the day is Schuco. Used to be the brand that was the top of the line back in the day when I was providing financing for those type things. Now, youngins, my first car in life was a 1969 Dodge Charger. That was my first car. So it was like, I bought that in 86. So it was a 69. So it was almost coming up on 20 years old. And I didn't know what I had. People were telling me that car's like, I mean, people were trying to buy it off me all the time, and I just didn't know what I had. If I could go back in time, I would have kept it. John, since I am, as I say, 5'21" I have to buy cars that fit me. Very few do. I hear you on that. I was into turbo Mitsubishis 20 years ago. Couldn't deal with the headaches today. Romaine the trucker, yo, what's up, Romaine? I was about to call you today. I was looking for anybody to talk to once I got done with that drive. That was a stressful drive. Telling you, I came home early. That's how stressful that drive was. I got home and I said, you know what? I'm not chancing getting back home. Let me go ahead and take this time now. Financing cars and credit card debt is one of the tragedies of our culture. You know what? It's even harder now. Because if I look back in the time when I was doing my stupid shit in my 20s, think about this. The last car payment that I really had, and I'm not talking about, because I've had another car payment after this, but I had the money in the bank and it was just drawn off that account. But the last time that I really had a car payment was in 2003. And that payment was $328 a month. And that was high. So, I don't know. To me, there is not a car out there that I would stroke $1,000. Like, you hear people throwing around $1,000. I pay $1,000 a month like it's nothing. There is no way. Like, think the flex would be buying a $4,000 car and putting the other $1,000 a month in the stock market. You could do crypto. I don't care. Like, even if crypto falls completely apart, it's better than spending $1,000 on some shit that's gonna depreciate. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get how people spend $1,000 a month on a car. I mean, it's bad enough spending $1,000 a month on a truck. You know what I'm saying? That's actually making you some money. All right. XRP is a cryptocurrency you need to invest in. Listen, I'm too old to get into crypto. You know, it could go through the moon. It could do whatever, but my money's in shit that's like I said, I don't need to be rich. Okay? I don't. I don't need to speculate. What I need is stable shit. Amazon, you know, Costco, you know, all that shit. Like, I gotta, you know, at my age, trust me, I've looked at people that speculated, and you know what? A lot of them people went broke. I'm not saying that crypto is or isn't, but once you get the bullshit out of crypto, that's when it's gonna go up. There's too much bullshit in it. There's too much. Get the Trump coin. Get the Hot Tua coin. You know what? Get that bullshit out of it, and then you'll start seeing some real shit. But crypto's so much bullshit out there. Like, get some regulations. Get this little bullshit like meme coins and all that shit out of there. Then I'll think about it. Now, there could be people making millions of dollars in the meantime. But get real first before I get into it. Like I said, how much money do I need to have to be rich? I don't need to go on vacations and do all that when I get rich. I just want to chill. And I think I can do that with stable investments. Real estate, a few risky investments in the stock market, mainly stable, and I'm good to go. Oh, I can't stand fucking this meme coin bullshit. Get the Hawk Tua coin. Like, like it sounds stupid. Like to really think that people are investing in that and then getting upset when shit goes the wrong way. Captain Trucker, I'm with you on the no paying debt, no interest. You look like you've been through some rough shit. I have been through some rough shit. You get into your 50s, you've been through some shit, no matter who you are. Remember how cool it was to have 19 credit cards? Mr. Mayhem, I was thinking about that earlier today. I still remember people bragging about what their nut was every month. I need to make $2,500 a month just to break even. That was, whatever. I mean, or go out, buy yourself a car, buy yourself a house. You're going to make, yeah, that was the flex back in the day. And that's what they tried to get you to do in sales jobs. Get you to leverage yourself out there so you had to work harder. Now, it's the exact opposite. If my fleet manager gets mad because I'm at home too long, the flex is not having to work. The flex is being able to I don't have to worry about how much money I'm making this month. All right. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Giradine, whatever. I'm 56 years old, Giradine. Get XRP, he ain't wrong. Call me, I'll educate you on it. You know what? Call me and I'll educate you on some actual companies. See, the problem with that shit is that it's not. Give me a company that's making some shit. They can actually, I can look at some, no matter what you say about crypto, I don't give a fuck how you break it down. It's a Ponzi scheme no matter how you cut it. No matter how good you cut it, if there's nothing back, what's backing it? Is there a company backing it? What is backing it? So somebody's going to take the fall at some point on it. It's just a matter of who it's going to be. Like the day Warren Buffett comes out and says, you know what, I think crypto is a good way to go, then I might start considering it. But until somebody, listen, I said I'm old school. I don't need to make a quick lick because I've seen what happens when people make quick licks. I've been through that. I've seen people do that shit. And they were just as enthusiastic as you crypto people. And you know what happened? They got fucked. So there's going to be people that make, in any scheme, there's going to be people that make money. There's going to be people that lose money. What side are you going to be on that? Okay, I understand. Bitcoin, and I wouldn't mind throwing it in. See, here's the difference. I'm stable in my shit. So I could throw some money at Bitcoin or whatever. Half the people I see investing money in Bitcoin, if that shit goes south, they don't have shit. Like, why would I invest the majority? Like, I'm at the gambling stage, possibly, potentially. But most of the people I see doing that don't have that foundation. So if I lose money on Bitcoin, what do I say? You know what? I got a rental properties paid off. I got a bunch of equity in this house. We got 401ks, stocks, all this shit. If the average person that's high and mighty on Bitcoin, if that shit goes south, what do they have to fall back on? Do they have money somewhere else? Do they have liquid cash? Do they have stocks? Do they have equity in real estate? Do they have paid off cars? What do they have? Most people that gamble like that have nothing. Now, there's going to be some winners. There's going to be some losers. Just like anything. I bought Amazon at 98. Of course, I didn't buy enough. I bought Nvidia, and that's what, up 1,000% since I bought it or some goofy shit. I didn't spend that much money on it. I think I put $1,500 in it. All right, Blind said no crypto for me. All I care about is debt free and retirement, as we all should. And again, how much money do you need to make? What kind of a lick do you need to make if everything is paid for? You know what I mean? Like, no. Like I said, I'm about to spend some money, okay? I'm about to spend some money on, at least one car. We're about to like redo bathrooms. We're about to do stuff like that, but it's going to be cash. And it's going to take me longer to do it because I'm not going to finance it. The same, that's my conservative nature. And being conservative financially has never hurt anybody. They may have not done as good as somebody else, but it's never hurt anybody. I mean, this right here, I'd probably put that. This little goofy paint, that shit right there. That painting right there is probably going to be worth as much as some of the bullshit that's out there right now. That one over there, probably the same thing. That one over there, definitely. And that's at least some shit I got my hands on. If you came to the Lord Jesus up 100 miles, I grew up in the church. My father was a preacher, and one thing I can say is black people got too much damn religion as it is. So I'm not saying it's going to hurt anybody outside of that 10% fee to get in there every Sunday, but Lord have mercy. That's the last thing I need right now is to spend some more time on that. Make millionaires overseas flexing their dollars in a foreign country is even. That right there is the worst. I hate when people throw that shit in people's faces. You know what? I cannot stand that shit. When people are out, I hear you. To make people feel worse about themselves. Invest in your soul. You know what? Like I said, up 100 million. If we got on a private chat and actually talked about the church and all that shit, I probably can school you a little bit on that stuff. Trust me, I spent more time in church than that. I spent way more time in church than the average person that claims to be a church goer. So if you want to go that route, we can go that route too. Not saying that you have any malicious intent, but I'm just saying I've had enough of that. All right, they say AI is going to have your crypto wallet key and it's no more anonymous than credit cards at this point. I don't know anything about it. All I know is I'm good to go. Nvidia dropped like a rock the other day. As much money as I've made on that, it would need to drop so low that, like, it could not drop low enough for me to actually still not be like up 500% from when I bought it. And again, I'm not trying to get rich now. I'm looking like 10 years out. You know what I mean? What's not going to go down is that, the stable investments, my property, even if all the property goes down in half, it's still a bunch of money. So I'm not trying to make quick, rich investments. I'm trying to be long-term on it. Joel Osteen, no. I cannot stand a mega church preacher. Oh my God. All them frauds out there. What's that black dude out there? My sister was going to his fucking church when she was out in Houston. Oh, I could not stand that shit. It like hurt my soul. Like, I don't know what how much, if she was like giving her 10% or whatever every week or whatever. But that Potter House bullshit with that black preacher that was like caught up in this P. Diddy bullshit. I forget his name. But that guy, you know who he is, the one that's out there like, oh, I can't stand that shit. I cannot stand that the last, like, any period of time within her last 5 years of life was spent fucking with this dude. Anyway, all right. One of the better investments I made in the 70s, 50 shares, dividend reinvested in a power holding company. That's the thing that people don't understand is reinvestments over time. Whether it's Nvidia, I have Tyson, Coca-Cola. I think, just regular stuff. I'd forgot about a stock. I'd forgot that I had a 401k somewhere. I don't even remember what I had in that. Man, just setting that shit aside, I forgot about it. No investments going into it. I probably started it in like 94. There couldn't have been $5,000 in that account. Completely forgot about that shit. That shit's probably the like 50 now. A lot of the problem with crypto isn't the crypto itself, it's the mindset that goes along with it. As soon as you have a mindset that's always looking for that next big lick, you're the next one that's gonna get licked. So I'm not saying don't invest in this stuff. Just don't have that mindset that you need to be always hitting these licks. Like, you need to be there needs to be stability. And the crypto today was the day trading of the fucking 1990s. I knew a lot of people that were making all the money back in the 1990s, day trading, doing all that stuff, and guess where they're at? Guess what happened to them? They lost a bunch of fucking money. So, crypto in its, like, if you look at the actual mechanics of crypto, it makes sense. The problem is there's too much bullshit involved in it. So if they cleaned it up, regulated it, then it makes sense. But the problem is once they do that, you're not. Has anybody thought about this? There's got to be some losers in something. So everybody thinks that they're going to be the smart one that gets in and out and making the money. Everybody can't fucking make the money. And here's the problem with being young. Young people think that they're always the smartest one. They can get in and get out before it crashes. Everything's going to fucking crash. Like, everything's not going to crash, but there's going to be winners and losers on any side. As soon as you think you're different or you're the better one out of that, there's the problem. So, if you think that you're the one that's going to make money in crypto cannot just go up forever without there being, like, everything is a balance. Like, in order for you to make money, somebody's got to lose money. There's no, like, I can't remember how Warren Buffett said it, but everything is static, right? So if there's only so much money or wealth out there. If you're making more money, somebody's losing more money, right? So everybody that's buying in crypto ain't the fucking only winners out there, right? There's gonna be some losses somewhere. So are you saying that everybody that's not buying crypto, that those are the losses? I mean, I don't know. There's a balance somewhere in there, and I don't think that young people realize. Like, anyway, I can't. This might be kicking in a little bit. TD Jakes, that's that thief right there. Berkshire Hathaway, solidly steady. I got Berkshire Hathaway. As a matter of fact, my wife had a bunch of money in her 401k, and she was like, I just have it sitting in cash. I was like, put that shit in Berkshire Hathaway right now. If you're not going to put it in Costco, because she works at Costco, but she did put it in Berkshire Hathaway, so that was good. I'd put 1 to 5% of your total net worth in crypto, and that is fine. As long if I would gamble because I'm not buying no lotto tickets. All my best friend had to tell me, and sometimes the way people phrase shit makes you kind of wake up a little bit. And my best friend is, he's like, I wouldn't say he's wealthy. He's very well off. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go to his house and you open up the door, you got to actually pull on that motherfucker to get it open. And we were talking, about money and shit, just like we're talking now. And somehow lottery tickets came up. I think we were watching TV and the lottery was like at $1 billion or some shit. And he broke out the poor man's tax on me. And I never really bought lottery tickets anyway, but he's like, yeah, he's like, yeah, there's got to be some way for the poor people to pay taxes. And I was like, damn, he broke out the poor man taxes. So once he said that, I never really thought about buying lottery anyway, but when he said that, it really turned me off to it. But yeah, when you're like, okay, poor people can't pay taxes out of their income, so they pay it by buying lottery tickets. So Twisted D, yeah, I'm at home, man. I decided to start my home time a week early after driving in from Kansas into Colorado this morning. That shit demoralized me. And then I started thinking, if I'm supposed to be home on the 6th, and I'm in Colorado now, and this is the 30th, and I can't pick up till the 31st because of my hours, what load am I going to get that gets me back to Colorado? There's only one I could think of. Picking up in Longmont, Colorado, driving to Utah. First of all, I got to make it to Utah. Then I got to pick up in Utah and make it back. And I was like, nah, I'm going to go ahead and make this my hometown load right here. All right, a guy I worked with told me that it instantly clicked and I never forgot it. So anyway, yeah, crypto. Listen, if I could buy crypto, I will probably dabble in it a little bit. The account that me and my wife has does not fuck with the fuckery. Like, I can't even buy crypto off that shit. It's like real shit. It's a real brokerage account. You can't do that. So I'd have to open up a separate account and do all that. And I'm just not at that point. I'm at my, like, some of the shit I got now is too risky. Romaine the trucker, I can't wait to talk to you. Well, hopefully it's not about no crypto. No, I'm joking. I'll call you tomorrow, man. I'm going to be chilling. And this turned out to be some good whiskey right here. And what I really want to say is shit to, shit here. Young people listen to it and they think about it and they're like, you know what? 20 years from, because people that I talked to 20 years ago, 30 years ago said shit, and I still remember that from back in the day, and I was just like, man, I was too fucking dumb to think about it. But some shit I was smart enough to listen to, and I want to be that person that at least says that one thing that at least triggers your mind a little bit. All right, when is the last time you spent cash money? You not even realize we are already into the digital currency. Listen, it doesn't matter, Romaine. The thing is this. Everything's not going to go to that, and it's still speculation. Romaine, people were saying this shit in the 90s. The .com boom. All that shit. I spent fucking cash. As a matter of fact, I wish I had my wallet on me right now. I got a bunch of cash in my wallet right now. The problem isn't the digital currency. The problem is the fuckery that goes along with it. All this Samuel Bank Friedman shit didn't help any. It's a bunch of bullshit. Like, there's nothing wrong with the mechanics of cryptocurrency. The problem is too many fucking schemers out there doing a bunch of bullshit to where you can't trust it. Regulate the shit. Like when Sam Bankman-Fried did that shit and the whole that whole thing that happened, and then you got make it like fucking money. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. It's not Haktua shit. It's not like some other shit some other motherfucker made up. Just make it all one thing. If you stabilize it, I'm all in. I'll buy some shit. But you can't have like every random person coming up with their own coin and they pump the shit up and then they dump it and you got a bunch of people standing around looking stupid like they should be surprised that it happened. Like, Romaine, slow and steady. Slow and steady. Because you know what? The problem with the crypto is the same problem that most people had with the fucking GameStop shit. Because people are too greedy to get out. And I never did it. I almost invested some money back in the days when somebody wanted to get into anyway, listen. I would have been that drug dealer if I was back in the days dealing drugs that would have been able to get out. I would have been able to get in and been like, you know what? This is all I need and get out. Like, the problem is people are so fucking greedy, whether it's crypto, drug dealing, whatever. Like, you have people that are dealing drugs that are getting caught and they were like, well, we were doing $20 million a month. Give me $4 million easy when I'm like young and I'm out. I don't need any more. The problem is with crypto, what do you keep doing? Let me keep investing. Whatever. Or just get the fuck out. Like, that's what's going to kill people in crypto, is continuing to play the game. Oh, man, crypto. Anyway, we'll have that conversation, Romaine. We will have that conversation. And my question will be, how rich do you need to be? How much money is crypto going to make for you to where you're just going to be done? You don't need to do anything else. Right? Buy. Lots of amateur traders going hard without realizing the crypto crash of 2022. When the shit hits the fans, people are gonna be in a serious problem. And again, it's not unlimited money, right? So everybody's not going to be winners. So what's going to differentiate you, but besides you saying I'm going to invest in it, and people that aren't investing in it? Like, what? You got in so early that you're going to be the one that makes all the money? I don't know. It's too unstable. Like I said, I would invest money in it if I could do it, but I'm not opening up no separate account to do no shit like that. I got my one account. That's enough for me. You know, Gordon Gecko from the movie Wall Street back in the day said greed is good. The problem is, and this is true, when they say that pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered, that shit's true. But I will talk to you about that, Romaine, just to see if you have something that piques my interest. But it takes a lot to move me off of. Oh, shit. There we go. That's what I was looking for. We did get that settlement in. Oh, yeah. That's a good settlement right there. So, yeah. It's going to be a very relaxing 20-something days at home. All right, so somebody earlier was asking me for my fixed cost, and I was waiting for my settlement to come through because I wasn't sure if they charged me correctly last time, so I was going to look through here and make sure I had my fixed cost in here figured out right. And so I opened this up to look at that to see what my fixed costs were, because they were asking if they were around $300 a month. Jesus Christ. This is a monster right here. For what I did. Damn, these settlements. I don't, yeah, it looks like the fixed cost still like $321, but yeah, we're not going to be worried about we're going to be chilling out here for 20 something days. This I'm just going to say, if you're at Prime and you're considering doing a regular lease or a lease purchase, do the lease purchase, put in the grind for a few years, pay off the truck, and you're going to be good to go. Lord have mercy. So, Romaine, instead of investing in crypto, invest in that fucking truck, okay? Knock that bad boy out. That you're gonna put more money into your pocket by paying off that truck than you are in crypto. Trust me. And you can invest all your earnings into crypto if you wanted to, but listen. I didn't have that great. I mean, it was okay. We're talking maybe mid fives. Uh, let me just take a look. Um, yeah, so we're talking about not that great of a week, and like I said, I'm, I don't even want to talk about this shit because it's gonna come off the wrong way. Everybody's talking about this lease task force and all this, and people getting burned doing lease purchase, all this kind of stuff. And I'm telling you, within the last year and a half, I've paid off 2 trucks. If this whole lease thing is not an issue, if you're getting it with the right people, if you're thinking about coming to Prime or you're at Prime, get a lease purchase. Now, Romaine, you did the right thing. Company, learn the shit, get into the lease, but at some point, flip that shit to a lease purchase. It is a win-win situation there. Romaine, while I'm thinking about it, where are you at? I'm about to get off of here. Because I know Romaine's got to get to sleep because Kentucky in the rain. You did not want to be out here in Colorado this morning. Like eastern Colorado and western Kansas. That shit was straight up ice this morning. That shit was like, that's why I'm at home right now. Had there not been that weather and me like worry about like getting home on time and all that kind of stuff, I would have probably dropped off the load, made myself available, done a couple loads. Even if I got home a day or two late, I would have done that. But that ice this morning, like the super truckers were like, all right, we're gonna take this shit slow today, because there was like jackknives, like there was 3 jackknives going eastbound and 2 going westbound. So anyway, this was not that great of a live, but shit, I just happened to be chilling at the house and just wanted to hang out with y'all while I had a drink with my chilling out. So I'm about to go take a shower. I was a little too funky to go in there, hug my wife, all that shit. But now it's time for me to really get in there and get this road off my ass. So I'm going to do that and then take my ass to sleep. Mini houses, what's that? DC, what are we talking about? Mini houses. All right, I'm assuming he's talking about. All right, I don't got time to wait for that. I'm about to take my ass to sleep. I do appreciate you guys stopping by No Hippie Truck and Transportation. Hopefully, next time I get on here, it'll be a little bit more not as space headed, but I was just so happy to get home. I just wanted to get on here and relax, share this first drink with y'all. But now that drink is over, so I'm out. I'll check y'all later.